Hi, and welcome to the Recipes with Ray podcast. Today we are talking about oat flour, what it is, how to make it, and how to use it. I will be leaving all of my sources linked down below, and if you guys have any tips or recipes that you love regarding oat flour, leave me a comment down below in the comments, and we'll help each other learn. So what is oat flour? It is finely blended oats. It's a whole grain flour that is higher in fiber and some nutrients than your all-purpose flour. Is it gluten-free? If it is certified gluten-free, then yes, it's gluten-free. But we may think, oh, oats are naturally gluten-free, but there can be cross-contamination from fields near where the oats are grown or the plants where the oat flour or oats are processed. What kind of oats are used to make oat flour? So if you're making it at home, you can use old-fashioned or rolled oats. And not everyone agrees on this, but you can use quick oats or steel-cut oats. And I have no experience using oat flour, but if you have used either quick oats or steel-cut oats to make your own oat flour and have used it and have had good results, bad results, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. So what is the texture of baked goods when oat flour is used? Some sources said it's a soft, lighter, fluffier texture, and some said it was a dense texture. So which is it? First, we need to know that oat flour is very absorbent. This can lead to a dense result, so I believe you just need to know the right flour to liquid ratio for your recipe. If I can sum it up in a nutshell, too much liquid will give you a gummy texture and not enough liquid will give you a crumbly texture. If you are going to use oat flour in recipes such as pancakes, waffles, or muffins, consider letting your batter sit for, say, 10 minutes before you make your pancakes or waffles or you bake your muffins. And this will help you achieve a moist texture, a moist result versus a gummy result. So aside from pancakes, waffles, and muffins, cookies and brownies, the toppings for crisps and crumbles, and using oat flour in place of all-purpose flour when making sauces to thicken the sauce are all good uses for oat flour. There are some categories that oat flour may be something you want to stay away from, and we have yeasted breads, pastries such as croissants, delicate cakes like angel food cake, pies with delicate crusts, and recipes that require a high rise such as a souffle. And so we'll get into how to use oat flour in a moment, but first, how to make oat flour. So you're going to want a strong food processor or blender, and then you're going to need your oats. If you are going to be blending old-fashioned or rolled oats, or quick oats, 1 cup of those will process into between 3/4 of a cup and 1 cup of oat flour. If you're going to use steel-cut oats, I didn't test this and it doesn't quite make sense to me, but blending 1 cup of steel-cut oats yields about 2 cups of oat flour. I did not expect that. So if you want to try it out, let me know how it goes. And then to finish, you can sift your resulting oat flour just to make sure it's nice and smooth and you get out any big particulates that didn't quite blend up. The shelf life of homemade oat flour, if you keep it in an airtight container in a cool, dry place, it will last for between 2 and 3 months. If you want to pop that container into the fridge, it will last up to 6 months. And then if you want to store it in the freezer, that will store up to 12 months. So is homemade oat flour the same as store-bought oat flour? And it's not exactly the same. So store-bought oat flour typically is the oat berry itself is processed into oat flour, whereas when you're making it at home, you're taking your old-fashioned oats and blending them. And so when you make an old-fashioned oat or a quick oat, they are steamed as part of their processing. And so using your homemade oat flour may lead to a slightly denser result compared to store-bought flour. So the downfall of using homemade oat flour is you could get a slightly crumblier result, more crumbly result. But again, I think it comes down to making sure your liquid to oat flour ratio is correct. And so how to use oat flour. Ideally, stick with recipes that call specifically for oat flour. That is going to give you the best result of that recipe. If you do want to use oat flour in place of all-purpose or wheat flour, try to choose recipes that contain eggs. Oats don't have gluten like wheat does. Gluten is a binding agent, and so without that, oat flour needs something to help bind whatever you're baking together. And eggs are a binding agent, which is why it's better to use oat flour in a recipe that does have eggs. Do not substitute oat flour in place of all-purpose flour on a 1-to-1 ratio. So if your recipe calls for 1 cup of all-purpose flour, don't just use 1 cup of oat flour. You can replace all-purpose flour using oat flour by weight. And so this is where a kitchen scale would really come in handy. Kitchen scales can be really affordable, so I'll leave a link for one down below in the description or show notes for you guys. If you do not have a food scale, you can replace your all-purpose flour with oat flour by increasing the amount of all-purpose flour that your recipe called for by 42%. Now, you may need to get your calculator out for this, but an easy example, if you have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, multiply that by 1.42, and that gives you 1.42 cups. And so we're just going to round up. If your recipe called for 1 cup of all-purpose flour, you can go ahead and use 1.5 cups of oat flour. Now, let's go back to remembering what recipes turn out better using oat flour versus ones that don't. So if you're making cookies or brownies, you should be relatively happy with your outcome, whereas if you're doing an angel food cake, you may come up against some challenges. Now, if you're new to oat flour, you just want to try it out, or you want to have a better chance of enjoying the outcome of whatever you're baking, you can do a partial replacement using some oat flour in place of all-purpose flour. And so one of my sources recommended starting with 25 to 35%, you would use oat flour in place of all-purpose, and then the rest would be all-purpose. So as an example, you could use, if your recipe called for 1 cup of all-purpose flour, you can use between 1/4 and 1/3 cup of oat flour, and then the remaining 3/4 of a cup or 2/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Again, let me know down in the comments your experience using oat flour. If there's anything I forgot to mention, be sure to just drop me a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe or follow for more recipes and kitchen conversations. If you're watching on YouTube, I will leave another episode right up here on screen for you guys to go to after this one, and I'll see you guys there.